It's all about enlightening the whole world. It's all about working together to make sure that we all understand this governance so that we are not toyed with in the name of politics. It's all about demanding for accountability so that you know that you have a responsibility to the state, but the state also has actors and agents and assigns who have to be accountable to you. It is all about trying to let you know, and the future generation, for them to also know that governance goes beyond a shiradorado and a jobodobodo. Governance goes beyond a shiradorado and a jobodobodo. Governance is when the good that is promised as a social contract is delivered to the people. So that in the 21st century, you don't have people who are still going around not drinking clean water. You don't have a good road. You don't have drainage system, a proper drainage system. You don't talk about social services that are not being given to you efficiently and effectively. You know, all of those things are the reason we come here, wake up every day at dawn to come make sure that the production is done, and then we can get to talk about what's happening in our country called Ghana. And for those who are out there to also connect with us properly. I'm sure that you remember that in the run-up to the elections, we had people who would take, you know, a ball of kinky somewhere in the UK or so. They say, oh, a ball of kinky is £3.50, and if you convert that into a local cash, you know, it will be more. So we should keep quiet about the price of a ball of kinky. We're talking about fuel. They say, oh, we buy fuel here at this rate. We're even queuing for fuel, etc. Today, the fuel prices are dropping. In fact, as of yesterday, it dropped again. I told you last week. The fuel prices are dropping. So if you're a passenger in a trotro, in a taxi, quarter trotro, mialo taxi, miuti trotro more taxi, you have to start demanding for a reduction of the fares, because the calculation of the fares were because of the fuel prices as well. They complain about spare parts prices. It's okay. It's fair to make that argument. But within the last few months, you've seen how drastically fuel prices have dropped. The people must also benefit from that. I was happy when I read that Blow Chem, the producers of Bell beverages, all the water and all the nice drinks that you have, and they do some good business with us here at Media General. They said that, look, given the fact that the dollar and cedi relationship is showing some positivity towards the cedi more, and the cedi is gaining a lot more strength, based on that, we have reduced our prices. And we expect that our distributors and those who sell our products will also reduce our prices. That's showing good faith. And I hope that some other industries will also follow through, particularly those who produce cement in this country, and those who sell iron rods in this country. The young people say, aside the fact that the dollar is bowing before the cedi these days, you have refused to reduce the price of cement and the price of iron rods. So they are asking me to ask you why. In the past, you made a strong argument for yourself and said that, look, it was because the dollar was high and the cedi was weaker, or the dollar was stronger and the cedi was weaker, and that you were importing clinker and all of that. You had press conferences and you had held meetings with Mr. K.T. Hammond when he wanted to do price control. Some of us kicked against it. Today. What is the dollar and cedi relationship, and what is the rate? And if the rates have dropped, why are you still holding the people by their necks and not reducing the price of cement and the price of iron rods? They're asking me to ask you. Do you have an answer? If you do, let's know. If you don't have an answer, then do the needful. If you have an answer, please let's know. If you don't have an answer, please do the needful. And once petrol prices start dropping, you know that it will go to affect everything. Because even our market women make the argument that, look, if the petrol prices are so high, or fuel prices are high, then transportation of the goods or farm produce from the farm gates to the markets become expensive, and they have to pass the cost on to you. Now petrol is dropping. I was with my wife, I think on Saturday or Sunday. I had about a half bar, and then I bought 200 Ghana cedis. It jumped from that half bar to half tank. My wife was amazed. 200 Ghana cedis. Now it has reduced further, because it used to be 13 point something, now it's 12 point something. If I go and buy 200 Ghana cedis, I am certain that it will go beyond it if I had that same half buy, and I will do that experiment and come and show you. So if even as the private people who are not directly selling anything to people are saying these things, and I expect that industries will follow the example of Blow Chem. They have indicated, they have written and said that, look, we are benefiting from this CD dollar relationship. So if we are benefiting from the CD dollar relationship, then let's have it. Yeah, put that infographic there. Gold, let's use gold. Gold is for all of us, so let's use gold. Edward Bauer, good morning to you. Let's use gold. Put it up there. Now, you look at the savings on petrol. You're saving two cedis, 47 pesos. That's 16.48. What do you call it? 48%. Savings on diesel, 2 cedis, 62 pesos. That's 16.79. This is for goil. There are others that are selling fuel at a cheaper rate. But this is it. You are saving money. On every single liter, you are saving money. And the 2 cedis that you save, almost 3 cedis on every single liter that you save, would, if you add it, you keep padding it, you may get another liter or 2. That's what I'm talking about. Edu Jita Maklo at MPA, good morning to you. This is it. It's working. It's not. I am not the one saying it. Everybody feels it. And then you have people sitting somewhere to say, the dollar is coming down. Very soon, it will become, the people traveling to this country will become weaker, blah, blah, blah. I say, so what exactly is the point? Just a few months ago, you were hoping that this will be the story. Just a few months ago, you were hoping that with you at the helm of affairs, this will be the story. That the dollar will become, bow before the cedi. That prices of goods and services will reduce, so that people will stop talking about you. That betting tax will be cancelled. That e-levy will be taken off the books. This was your wish, Alai. But because you are not the one at the helm of affairs, suddenly the story is not good. Shame on you. Shame on you. I've said that. Look, things like energy. Find me the nurses. What do you call it? Their flow plan for their demonstration and their strike. I've said that things like health, things like education, things like security, things like the economy, things like agric, don't politicize them. Because the moment you begin politicizing them, we will lose the focus. And that is why up until tomorrow, even though, yes, there are politicians who come and insist that, oh, you should be transferred from this point to that point and that point to this point. That is where people actually think that, oh, a transfer is punishment. Because they have seen people use political hand and in the strong man hand to be able to do those things.